General Motors' decision to shut 5 plants in North America and cut 14,000 jobs, sparking fury among workers.
It's devastating what it will do to this community, not just GM.
The bad thing is to get this news on the day after we come back for Thanksgiving.
And the White House. The Trump administration making it clear Tuesday it feels blindsided and betrayed. Senior economic advisor Larry Kudlow.
Holiday season layoffs from GM, brutal, all right? Very disappointing.
And unhappy President Trump, who has made bringing jobs back to America the centerpiece of his presidency, warning GM on Twitter, quote, "The U.S. saved General Motors, and this is the thanks we get. We are now looking at cutting all GM subsidies, including for electric cars." But there is uncertainty about how much that threat would hurt GM, since the $7,500 federal tax credit for electric cars goes to the car buyer and not to GM. Reuters correspondent Dave Shepardson.
Legally, it's not clear how the president could overturn a tax credit that was passed by Congress, signed into law by a previous president, and single them out. But I think it's really more about the administration really ramping up the pressure on GM, trying to send a message that we're not happy.
The White House taking no blame for GM's woes, even though the automaker has said Trump's tariffs on aluminum and steel could result in $1 billion in additional annual costs. But Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was less forgiving, drawing a straight line back to the White House.
The awful closings yesterday are terrible. They're a sad symbol of a president who has failed the American working people and given them a lot of hot air and no real gains.
GM, in an attempt to distance itself from political backlash from Republicans and Democrats and from politicians in Washington and Ottawa, issued a statement Tuesday saying many of the workers impacted will be able to find work at other GM factories.